Hey fam, welcome to another amazing episode of Kiva's Place, the Kiva Murdoch Show and Podcast. If you are just joining us, I am your executive host and producer, Coach Kiva Lernice Murdoch, and I am super excited to have you join us tonight. We have another amazing show with another amazing guest. So my guest tonight is no stranger. She is family here at Kiva's Place. She's been on several times, and we're going to talk about a topic that I feel like you just cannot give too much attention to, especially dealing with women. So I'm super excited to bring Miss Ebony Jones Mobley back to Kiva's Place, and we're just going to go ahead and bring her up on the stage because we have a lot to cover tonight. So help me welcome Miss Ebony Jones Mobley, and she is the current reigning Mrs. South Carolina Plus America 2023. So welcome, Queen. How are you?
Greetings, everyone. How are you, my sister?
I am blessed, honey. It is always amazing having you on the show. I love you to life. And what we're going to talk about is much needed. But before we actually dive into that, we need to talk about this reign, Mrs. South Carolina Plus America. You have had an amazing reign as our beautiful state queen. So I want you to just have an opportunity to, first of all, tell our audience a little bit more about you. And then we're going to do a quick recap of your reign for 2023.
Okay, well, greetings, everyone. I am Ms. Ebony Jones Mobley, and I am your current reigning Mrs. South Carolina Plus America 2023. I am super, super excited of all the opportunities that I have established during my reign. It's been a beautiful reign. I love my sister queens. I adore pageantry, and I just have so many opportunities that I have been blessed with through my reign. I have had some trials and tribulations through my reign. I'm not going to say that everything was peachy cream with my reign. A couple of things has happened as far as personal stuff, but I'm still shining. I'm still here, and I'm still. I don't mean to sound conceited, but beautiful as ever, inside and out. So
I love that. And listen, honey, that just ties right into our topic tonight about body positivity. And I love what you just said, that, it's one thing for other people to compliment you, but when you can see the beauty inside and out within yourself, that's a whole nother blessing in itself. Exactly. But before we actually go into that, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I am doing something new starting with this show here. And because our topics are so important, I'm going to be posting a poll question. And during the show, I want you to just engage with us and answer the poll question. So our poll question tonight is, what do you do to promote body positivity? So as we are going throughout the show, I want to hear from you guys. What do you do to promote body positivity? So that's our poll question for tonight. So every important show that I feel, well, all of my shows are essential, but those really hot topics such as this, I really want to hear from you guys what you do to make sure that you are always in a great place. So that's our poll question. What do you do to promote body positivity? So speaking of body positivity, Ebony, when you hear that, what actually comes to mind when you hear the term body positivity?
When I hear that term, what comes to my mind immediately is just loving yourself, no matter what size, shape, race, creed that you are. You can be a size 2. I've never been a size 2, y'all. Maybe a 10, 12. Definitely not. It's been a long time before my children. But body positivity is loving yourself no matter what size you are. I am a plus size woman. The biggest I've been has been a size 30, 32. I'm not ashamed to say I'm now a 22, 24. When I actually won last year, I was a 26. So I have went down in size a little bit through my reign. So I have, even at a size 32, I was well over 420, 30 pounds. I still walked around with my head up high and loved myself. Now, the biggest competition when in anything, sports for me especially, is myself. When I'm on stage, I don't worry about my sister queens. I do what I do. I do it. I try to do the best I can and kill it on the stage as much as I can. But my biggest competition is myself. I'm the one in the back saying, "Oh my God, how does my hair look?" Or how, I love myself. Don't get me wrong. I don't put myself down. When I was the biggest, I still had good body positivity. So I'm not like that. But a lot of times when I'm on stage or just in general, I'm just like, "Oh God, I hope I look good. I hope I'm fine." I'm my biggest competition. But you gotta love yourself before anyone else love you. And I've never, that's what I look at. Like, if you want to get in a two-piece and do a plus size photo shoot and you're a size 28, do it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about with no one else. Don't worry about anybody else. So that's what I look at as far as when I listen to that term.
I love that. Now, the Oxford Language Dictionary defines body positivity as acceptance and appreciation of all body types, including your own. And I feel like that speaks volume, right? In order for you to, appreciate the next person, you have to learn to appreciate yourself first. And I feel like as women, that's something that we struggle with. Um, Growing up, I can remember, there were some confident young women in schools with me,
Mhm.
and body positivity and self esteem and confidence was something that I personally struggled with. And I don't know if you guys know my family on a personal level, but I grew up, and one side of my family is extremely critical. They are extremely harsh. And I kind of feel like because I grew up in such an atmosphere like that, I had to kind of learn to navigate and really learn to love myself. And that was a struggle because we really didn't have a lot of that support growing up. So I wanted to ask you, for those women who may find themselves in some of those situations, or even the little girls, because nowadays there's so many avenues in which a person can be bullied. We didn't have social media and the internet and all of that to the degree that we currently have it now. So I kind of feel for our girls right now because this bullying situation is real.
It's
So
real.
for those girls or those young women that may be struggling with learning to embrace their body, and I mean flaws and alls, what tips and strategies have you used on your journey to being in a great appreciation of yourself right now?
So when I wake up in the morning, and y'all don't laugh, but I actually took Mary J. Blige's song "Good Morning Gorgeous" or "Good Morning Beautiful," and I look in the mirror and I say, "Good morning, gorgeous. Good morning, beautiful." So I do that. I start with myself. I smile, no matter how tired I am, no matter how lack of sleep I got. Good morning, gorgeous. Good morning, beautiful. But I've been doing that for years before the song actually came out. Um, I look in the mirror, I get myself together, I'll be like, okay, I'm about to go face the world, regardless of who looks at me, who frowns at me, whatever. I'm still Ebony. And, once I got my ring, I'm still Mrs. South Carolina plus America. I'm still Mrs. Palmetto Pride plus America. I'm still Mrs. Columbia plus America at the end of the day. As far as little girls, I have two daughters. I have a daughter, Anaya, will be 25 in about a month. And I have Dallas, which is the current little Miss South Carolina 2023 herself. And you can ask my oldest daughter. I would look at her in the morning when she was Dallas age or younger, and I'd be like, "Good morning, gorgeous. Good morning, beautiful." So they both actually, and same with Dallas. They both that Naya was a little on the heavier side as a child. She's lost a lot of weight. And Dallas is a little on the heavier side. But again, I want my daughters to look at me and see how I held my head up and I go on stage and I speak to little girls about the self-care, self-love, and body positivity. And I feel like with the young girls, it starts at home. Before they walk out that door to go to school, you need to uplift your girls. You need to uplift your children as well, but especially little girls that could be bullied in school because of their weight or because of their skin complexion. And it don't always have to be that you are a bigger child. I was actually a smaller child, and they picked at me and called me Ebony. Instead of Ebony, that was Ebony, Ebony. So my mom always lifted me up to say you're beautiful no matter what. And I do the same with my daughters, and I'll do the same with the little girl. If I go and I speak to a group of little girls, I'm going to do the same. Like, it starts at home. It is bullying and stuff, but make sure before your children walk out that door, they know that they are loved and that they are somebody. They're special. So
And you just made a very, very essential point. I feel like it's very important for us because you just never know what somebody may be going through that
exactly.
particular day. So we really need to treat each other with grace
Mm-hmm.
and be empathetic because you just don't know. I read a post just recently and it broke my heart. I felt so sorry for her. But going out into our communities, especially being a curvier woman, we know that not everybody is ready to embrace curvy women. We
No,
know this. This is not anything new,
at
but
all.
we have to get to the point to where we have built ourselves up so strong that it doesn't matter what anybody else says about us. Because
Exactly.
if you know your worth, if you know your value, if you love yourself, I mean truly love
Love
yourself,
yourself.
flaws and all, if you can get in that mirror and really face yourself head on, because there's some people that run from the mirror. They
Exactly.
cannot stand there and take themselves face on. I'm
Exactly.
talking about flaws and alls. If you get to that point, there is nothing that nobody can say that can shake you, but it really starts from within. So I just want to just encourage especially our beautiful, voluptuous women,
Yes.
love every inch of yourself. It starts
Every
there.
inch.
And if you're not content where you are, that's fine. You can still love yourself, but wanting to be a better version of yourself.
Exactly.
It does go hand in hand. So, ladies, we're out here doing the doggone thing.
I mean, doing
We're,
it.
girl, we are out here raising families. We're out here running corporations. We're out here
Yeah.
starting businesses. We're out here uplifting each other. Women are out here doing it.
Like doing it.
And we need
Exactly.
to be more, we need to cut ourselves more slack.
Exactly. You're exactly right.
Let's jump into, because I kind of feel like body positivity, self-love, and self-care kind of co- coincides with each other. So how would you say, what differentiates self-care versus self-love? Because there is a difference between the two. So how would you differentiate self-care versus self-love?
So self love is basically just loving yourself within before you allow anyone else to love you. It's hard to be in a relationship and not love yourself. You're saying, oh, my husband or my boyfriend or my fiance doesn't love me. But if you don't love yourself, how is someone else going to love you? So that's what I do with self love. Self care is, this is a biggie for me. I work extra hard. Like, I'm a pageant queen, I do modeling, I'm a mother of two, but I also am a property manager of a very large community in Columbia. But I promise you, every 7 to 9 days, I have a self care day. What I call a self care day is if I have to call in late to work a few hours just to love on myself and get some rest, that's a self care day. If I need to take a day without Dallas or my other daughter and just go get my nails, feet done, have a mental day, get a facial, take a nice me trip. That's what I call self-care. So it all kind of it kind of is the same, but kind of not the same. But everybody has to have self-care. Self-care days, mental days. You just have to you have to take care of yourself. Whether it's just taking the time to have some me time, or making sure self-care can also mean you take care of your body. You exercise, you try to eat right. Lord knows I love to eat. You try to eat right. You try to exercise. If you have diabetes like myself, you make sure you go to the doctor. You make sure you take your medicine. You make sure you check your blood sugar. That is stuff. That's all that to me just comes together. If you don't love yourself, you ain't gonna care if your sugar 500 or 50.
Mm.
It all comes together. To me, it does. I'm very passionate about this, because when I say I'm passionate about self-care, take care of your body. If you know you got diabetes, take care of yourself. If you know you are struggling with cancer, please make sure you go to your radiation appointments. Please make sure that you take care of yourself. Um, I'm gonna say something real quick. One of my sisters is suffering from cancer, and I haven't had a mammogram in over 3 to 4 years. I just been working and pageantry and being a mama, and I am actually in the middle of a separation. So I had a husband. I had a husband, and I'm worried about my family, my husband, everybody. I haven't even thought about taking a mammogram. My queen sis told me, sis, I need you to go get that mammogram done. I'm telling you from experience. I know you're busy, but I need you to take the time to go get that mammogram done. My grandmother, my paternal grandmother, actually passed away from breast cancer in the early 90s. So having that talk with her, I'm like, you know what? I'm not that busy to go get myself checked out. And I'm praying for her. I swear, I'm not going to say her name, but I love her to death. And talking to her, she just inspired me. So I actually have an appointment next week to get mammogram done. Nice. That's the part of self-care. I wasn't self-caring. And I knew I'm over the age of 40. I have to get yearly pap smears and mammograms and now colon screenings. And that's a part of self-care. So my queen sis definitely, with her having to had a procedure, and she talking on the phone with me and telling me, like, sis, I really need you to go and handle that. Like, she just don't know how she's expiring me right now.
Mm-hmm. And that's a wonderful point too. And she is definitely in all of our prayer. We love her to life.
Love her.
And I hate that she is going through this, but sometimes we go through things so that we can educate others too. And you probably received it a little bit better coming from her, because we all know her journey right now. But it's really important too, when we talk about self-care, let's not forget about our mental health, because self-care, I feel, encompasses your emotional, physical, and mental well-being. And we tend to put a lot of things before our mental health. There is this superwoman syndrome out here, and I kind of feel like women are getting better with it, but we still have a lot of work yet to be done with it. We're not superwomen. We are human.
Exactly.
We are human, but we still have the weight of our families. We have the weight of our, jobs, our careers.
Mm-hmm.
We bear the burden of a lot.
Exactly.
And we really do not take the time to make sure that we are good. We are in a good mental space.
Exactly.
So ladies, let's not neglect our mental health as well. And it's okay. And I'm talking to our African American communities.
Yes.
It is okay to seek help.
It is.
It is okay if you need to hire a coach. Exactly. It is okay if you need to speak with a therapist. Mm-hmm. These are trained professionals. Yes, we pray about a lot of things, We pray about a lot of things, but God
Yeah,
has also blessed certain people with certain gifts and talents and
exactly.
education to be able to provide an additional assistance to us. So let's not be afraid to say, I need help with such and such and such, because
Okay.
that's important. And if we're not in a good space for ourselves, how can we
We be there
continue to
for anyone else.
pour into other people?
Exactly. You are exactly right.
So, if you had to leave any tips and strategies how folks can just get into a space where they're practicing more self-love, what would that process look like for them?
Just out of your busy schedule, just taking time for yourself. I kind of broke down different things, taking self care days. I work over 40 hours a week, but making sure that you're just not working 40, 50 hours a week without having that mental day. That tied right into what you just said, Kiva. Having that mental time. It's a process. You can't just do it all in one day. You got to live. You got to be a mother. You got to be a wife. But in the same token, you have to go through the steps. I know what works for me is I have to have a self care day in 7 to 8, 9 days, and I am a full time mother to an 8-year old at 48 years old. So my self care days is very much needed more than it was when I had an 8-year old and I was 30.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
my tips is take care of yourself, self-care, love yourself, self-love, and love your body, body positivity.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Ebony. I feel like my sister has dropped some amazing gems. We have discussed body positivity, which actually brings me to our poll question. What do you do to promote body positivity? And if I was to answer that question, it really piggybacks off of what Ebony has already said. I really take the time. You know, I am an introvert. I really enjoy my own company. So it really doesn't take much for me to get in the space to where it's all about me. I can take myself out to lunch. I can take myself out to dinner and be okay with that. Have a whole booth of table to myself, enjoying my
Own
own
company.
Yes, I really, really enjoy that. So that's a way for me to be able to just digress and just sit in, peace and quiet. I don't have to worry about trying to carry on a conversation. I don't have to answer my phone. I turn that on silent. When it's about me, it is all about me. And
About
I
you.
really take that time to do that for myself. So that
Exactly.
is one of the major ways that I practice body positivity. And I feel like if you're in a good space, if you're in a good headspace, everything else will seem to follow. And you have to get to the point to where you authentically have that genuine
Exactly.
love about yourself. And if you do that, the body positivity has to come, but you
Exactly.
have to start there. You have to start at making sure that you are good emotionally, physically, and spiritually. You
Exactly.
have to make sure that you are saying those positive affirmations to yourself. And honey, if you don't believe it yet, you just keep on saying it,
Keep on.
because you are reprogramming your mind. You are reprogramming that thought process. So there's a saying, you have to fake it until you make it, honey.
Make
Just
it.
keep on repeating it. I don't care if you have to put it on sticky notes and put it up in the mirror where that's the first thing you see when your feet hit the floor. Do
Hmm.
whatever you need to do to make sure that you are starting that process of loving yourself. And my last tip is, do not allow the enemy, do not allow the naysayers, don't allow complete strangers or family
Exactly.
members to be able to tell you who you are, or to
Exactly.
be able to tell you what your worth is.
Exactly.
Nobody should have that much power over you to negate your value on this earth.
Exactly.
That's your say, not theirs.
Exactly.
So those are my three little tips. I hope you all have found this show to be powerful. I feel like with this particular conversation, we have to have more of them. I would love to be able to do more around this topic. So stay tuned and you stay available, Ebony, because I feel like as women, we just need more of those three essential things: body positivity, self-care, and self-love. So Kiva's Place is not done with this. I want to do something bigger with this because I feel like it is needed. So stay
Exactly.
tuned. We're not done yet with this topic. Ebony, you have been an amazing queen. As I stated earlier, of course, you are welcome back to Keeper's Place anytime you have anything coming up. But let's talk very briefly because you have some amazing things coming up in the near future. So share what you want that is coming up for you in the very near future.
So I have so much coming up, y'all. My reign is actually over. I'm gonna tie in the South Carolina Plus America pageant real quick. The pageant is Saturday, April the 7th, 2024 in Sumter, South Carolina. It's actually at the Patriot Hall. We have 14, 15 amazing delegates that will grace the stage for the title of MISS South Carolina Plus America, MS South Carolina Plus America. Teen, I'm not sure. I don't think we have a teen. And of course, my title, Mrs. South Carolina, MRS South Carolina Plus America 2024. The delegates are amazing. I love them. I got new sister queens now. I am so happy to be able to crown my successor that night. I take my final walk that night where, it's just going to be amazing. It is amazing. But tickets are available. I actually posted the link on my page yesterday, along with a nice little picture of all me and my queen sisters, the Royal Court. So please click on the link, get the tickets. It's going to be amazing. Beautiful women gracing the stage. After that, I don't know about any other pageants yet. Y'all gonna have to wait and see. I love pageantry, so I don't know. You just have to wait. But first and foremost, in June, about June the 22nd, 23rd, I will be traveling to Chicago, Illinois to walk in the Model Icon Fashion Show. A month after that, which is around July the 20th, 22nd, I will also be walking in the Model Icon Show in New York City. Also, in the beginning of June, I will actually be strutting my stuff down Main Street, the former Mrs. Columbia Plus. Y'all know I love Columbia, but I will be strutting my stuff in the South Carolina Caribbean Festival. This is very outside of the box for me, but y'all stay tuned with that. And New York Fashion Week, September 2024. I have at least one designer that I will be modeling for. New York, Broadway, Times Square. I am super, super excited. Not only that, I am also featured in the Women's Empowerment Model Search Calendar. I am actually in this October 2024. There was a contest. It was a People's Choice contest where I actually met with the young lady that's over there. I did a nice photo shoot in Charlotte in the 704. Back some months ago. I want to say it was right after my pageant, the last pageant. And I did it. You all again came through with the People's Choice. So I made the top 12. So I was actually put in the calendar for 2024. So that's a women's empowerment calendar. I super, super love that. And think I said everything, but one more thing. There could be a podcast coming up in the near future about pageant talk, but y'all stay tuned about that. Y'all know I love to talk about pageantry.
I love it. I love it. And Queen, I just love that you have been booked and busy. And I feel like, if you were led down that road to have a podcast about pageantry, it is much needed because there is so much
So
that is
much.
behind or under the surface of pageantry, behind the scenes of pageantry.
Hmm.
there is so much outside of just that crown. And we
Exactly.
have said it several times on the show. If you're just crown seeking, you don't need a pageant, because I feel like a crown is an opportunity for you to work. It's
Exactly.
it's an opportunity for you to bring more awareness. It's an
Exactly.
opportunity for you to be seen so that people can associate the crown with whatever you stand for.
Exactly.
So we are
So, and the
working
thing,
to,
and that's the thing. My dear pageant mentor mom, the great Nanette Weeks, that passed away back in January. I just think she would be so proud of me. I hate that I can't call her and tell her about all the stuff that I am being blessed with. I don't want to cry and cry my lashes off. I've done enough of that in the last 2 weeks. But I just think Mama Nanette would be so proud of myself, because she know how passionate I was about pageantry. And I already shared with her my love of learning the modeling part of it. So Mama Nanette, I hope I'm making you proud, because I'm about to do this. I want you to be smiling above for me, for your one of your daughters, because she got plenty of daughters. So I hope and I pray that I am making her so proud with all the accomplishment and blessings that are coming my way. So I'm gonna stop talking about it, because every time I talk about her, I get teary eyed. So,
I
but I just
know,
know she's looking down. She's looking down on all of us. But this is special for me, because I would be on the phone with her or texting her saying, "Mama Nanette, they want me to walk down Main Street at the Caribbean Festival. And Mama Nanette, I'm doing Model Icon. You gotta show me how to walk." So I hope I'm making her proud. But
you definitely are. And, we both know that she loved her pageant daughters, and she knew, she just had a way of, she had so many people
mhm.
that she loved and that loved her, but she still had a way of individualizing each and every person. And I know that she will be so proud of you. I can just see her just,
Just clapping. Like, I'm
yeah,
so proud of you. Now hold those feet straight. But I'm so proud of you. But yes. And I know for a fact, her and Donna, the great rest in peace to Donna Bella of Bella and Modeling. I just know they knew how passionate I was about pageantry and modeling. So I'm gonna say it. Donna would be extremely proud as well.
yeah.
Like, I've lost so many angels. I'm gonna stop talking, but I've lost so many angels. It started with Donna at the end of December, and then Mama Nanette was right behind in January, and then my dear aunt that was like a second mother and grandmother to me, that just passed away 2 weeks ago. So
I think it's important to kind of recognize your perspective. I don't see them as losses. We have lost them in the physical sense, but I
mhm,
kind of feel like we have gained angels.
exactly,
You know what I'm saying? Because they are there to guide us. We have their memories. We have their life lessons, and as long as we are here honoring them, they will never die.
they will never
Like
die.
everything about pageantry, you cannot talk about it without talking about Mama Nanette. You just
Yeah,
cannot. You know what I'm
you
saying?
can.
So I feel like just keeping the conversation going, that will continue her legacy. And her legacy is really us.
It really
So,
is.
yeah, yeah. So it it definitely hurts. It hurts. And you can't help but just, feel emotional when you talk
Exactly.
about them. But it is nothing but love either, because they
It
have
is.
poured so much into us. And I feel like it's our due diligence to be
Exactly.
able to share and pour what they poured into us into others. So,
Exactly.
yeah, so I kind of feel like as long as we are doing our due diligence to make sure that the next generation coming up, or the next, sisters coming up, or the next nieces, nephews, whatever, coming up behind us, as long as we are able to leave that mark pressed upon them, then we
Exactly.
we are passing the torch. So yeah.
Exactly. Well said, my sister. Well said, my sister. I get emotional when I talk about them.
Yeah.
Pageantry, Mama Nanette. I know I'm not the only one. She made such an impact on the pageant world. Not even just Plus America, but just all the pageant systems. Plus
Yeah.
World, all of them. She made an impact with all of them. So I miss her dearly, but I know she's looking down on me. All three of them are looking down on me. So I'm not going to do nothing but just keep pushing it and making them proud.
That's it. Yes, ma'am. Well, it has been such a pleasure speaking with you. Before I let you go, we have to let our audience know how they can connect with you. So, what are your social media handles?
So you can connect with me on my Facebook page, Ebony Jones Mobley. That's my personal Facebook page. You can also connect with me on my Facebook page on my Mrs. South Carolina Plus America 2023 page. For Instagram, Anaya and Dallas Mom is my personal Instagram. I also have a Mrs. Plus America South Carolina Plus America page through Instagram as well. And last but not least, I also have an email, Miss South Carolina Plus America at Gmail, and Ebony the Curvy Model on Instagram.
Thank you so much, Ebony. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, come see my queen sister take her final walk as Mrs. South Carolina Plus America 2023. You have been a graceful queen. You have worked, and I am so proud of you. And it just comes to show you that what you it's not about just the crown, because the crown is a piece of equipment. It's what you do with the crown. And
Exactly.
I will continue to stand on that. It's what you do with the crown. And because you worked, I know you feel so proud
Yes.
and so honored and so ready to pass on that crown.
Yeah, look, this crown, look, I'm gonna say something funny and I hope she looking at it and we gonna go because yes. But Dr. Meg, with Miss Plus America told us at Nationals, honey, if your crown ain't walked, bent, or tore up, that means you was not working that crown. So guess what, Dr. Meg? Look, my crown is wild. I can't even move my head but a certain way because this crown gonna say, you. This crown done worked. I
That's right.
love my journey, but yes, this crown needs to retire. It's gonna go on my crown shelf.
Girl, mine too, crack up and all, but I just keep
Cracked up
bending
and
it up
all.
and then I put it up.
Put some Barbie pins in the back and go ahead and keep it moving.
Keep it pushing, keep it pushing. But it is always a blessing having you on. You are welcome anytime. So, and like I said, I am going to definitely plan something. It has to be bigger than just a show. So stay tuned, because I feel like this needs a whole discussion. So stay tuned to Kiva's Place, because we are not done with body positivity, self-care, and self-love. So there will be a part 2 in some facet. So
Yes.
definitely stay tuned for that. Don't forget to like and follow us on all social media. Just go to @Keever's Place. That's KEEVERS Place, Keever's Place. If you would like to be a guest on our show, you can text the word guest to 803-368-3030, or visit our booking site at tinyurl.com/Keever's Place booking. If you would like to connect with me, you can go to my digital business card at Linktree, as well as visit linktr.ee/Kiva Murdaugh. Or you can follow me on all social media at Kiva Lernice Murdaugh. If you would like to keep up with my reign as Mrs. Plus America, you can also follow me at Mrs. Plus America on all social media as well. So thank you again. We have a few more comments. Thank you to our audience for watching and engaging. Sterling, we love you, baby. Praying for you. Caitlin, thank you so much. And yes, there will be a part 2 coming before the end of the year. So thank you so much. Serena, she is one of the delegates for South Carolina. Hey, Queen, she says, see you beauty soon. Yes, go Mrs. SC Plus America 2023. Yes, ma'am.
Hey, my sister.
Amazing. So definitely come right back next Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be doing this show all over again. So you don't want to miss anything. We have some more amazing guests with more engaging conversation. So you don't want to go anywhere. Come right back next week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until next time, family, continue to share, connect, and glow, because we know building your network also builds your net worth. So until next week, peace and blessings. We love y'all much. Good night.
Good night.
Hey guys, what's going on? What's going on? It's your man, Eric Zuli. I'm an international commercial Axe body spray star. I've done films. I'm on Amazon Prime right now. And I built my own social network platform. We have 300 million people that we reach on our network. And I'm a man of God. And I'm telling you right now, man, where do you need to be? Oh, yeah, that's it. Keever's Place. You gotta go to Keever's Place. You gotta watch Keever's Place. You gotta hang out in Keever's Place. It's about Keever. You hang out in Keever's Place the easy way.